Greetings, L Blacklight. The truth should be told and not sold. If you're a student or follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he gave us an insight on how to decipher the Bible. Now, what the Caucasian has done, King James and others, is try to flip the script. Now, we're going to go into Exodus. Exodus is really talking about the black man under the code name Israel. And this is what confuses the Hebrew Israelites, because they're trying to, King James is trying to make out Egypt as to be the bad guy, wanting to kill them, the so-called Jews or white people. But remember, Yaqub is Jacob, according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Jacob had his name changed to Israel. That word Israel means against God. Who is the God? According to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the original Asiatic black man. So this is actually talking about the first chapter in the book of Exodus. Is Moses talking about black people, talking about what's happening now. And when you listen to the teachings on this, you'll see that it applies to us more than any other people on the planet. It applies to the original Asiatic black man living in the wilderness of North America. Really, America is Egypt. Let's check it out.
The second book of Moses, called Exodus.
Chapter 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that, when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Raamses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Pua. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, but if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied, and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
Let us stand and present ourselves for prayer. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise is due to thee, Allah, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, most merciful, sole master in the day of judgment in which we now live. Thee alone we serve, and thee alone we do seek their help. And thee alone we ask thy guidance and thy protection. O Allah, please guide us along the right path, to pass of those whom thou hast bestowed favor, not the path of those whom thou hast brought down, not the path of those who go astray, after they have heard this great and divine truth. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is him, nothing is independent, but to him we all depend. He forget us not, and nor is thou forgotten, for there is none like thee. And I bear witness that none deserves to be served, none deserves to be prayed or worshipped beside Allah. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was his true servant and last messenger of Allah. Amen. You may be.
Now, I'm back with just a brief comment on what you heard. Give it further clarification of the book of Exodus. That sounds a whole lot like how the Caucasian promotes the black woman over the black man and tries to destroy or knock off all the black men that he can. Also, he been trying to kill us, demolish us for many years, but we don't die, we just multiply. But he keep trying though. And you got a confusion with the Hebrew Israelites because they think that they'll be in favor with the so-called Jews and the Israelites, but they don't know that name Israel means against God. So we're talking about the artificial man, mechanical man. Everything that's in the black man is natural, organic. So this is Black Light saying Pastor Mike, and I'm out.